Hey everyone, Home Business King here at homebusinessking.com. Before we begin, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the Home Business King channel. If you've already subscribed, thanks. Today we're going to talk about your mentality. Do you have a positive one or a negative one? Obviously, I'm going to say that, if you have a positive mentality, you're going to have a better chance of success in business. And if you have a negative one, it increases your chances of failure. That's going to be obvious. But the problem is that people get the confusion that having a positive mentality is smiling all the time, grinning like a Cheshire cat. It really just isn't. Having a positive mentality means that you are positive about your work and that you are willing to have that work ethic to grind through the good times and bad times. That is what's called a positive work ethic. That you're not going around complaining about life, that you're not going around and reflecting onto others. Now, if you have a sales team and you're reflecting negativity, it doesn't matter if you are smiling. It doesn't matter if you're saying positive words. It doesn't matter if you're saying good morning and have a nice afternoon. Your sales team is going to feel it. And as a result, your team is going to fail. Okay? That also ties into work ethic, A lot of people think that they're doing enough work in their business, and the truth of the matter is that they're not doing effective work because they don't have a positive mentality. Now, people will go and think that they make enough calls, and we're talking about a sales position here, folks. So I'm just going to give you guys a sales job as a general position. They go and make 100 calls, but they get no sales. So they decide to go and do 200 calls. They get no sales. They try to do 400 calls and they get no success. And then they think it's a scam or so forth, and that whatever they're selling is garbage. And that's just not entirely true. You have to reflect as far as to how you sound and whether you're reflecting negativity over the phone. Plain and simple. You can make all the calls in the world. However, if you do not have that positive mentality, the person on the other phone is going to feel it, and they're not going to buy anything from you. Okay? That's plain and simple. If you're, there's a difference between quantity and quality, and what you want is a quality phone call. You just don't want a quantity. Okay. Now, when I was a telemarketer, that was all about quantity. I was required to make about 500 calls a day. And the telemarketer mentality with that is you make 500 calls, you might make 5 or 10 sales, And what was I doing? I was selling a Law Enforcement Alliance bumper stickers, Nothing major. You give the spiel and everything like that. And the goal was to get in as many calls as you can. But when you're doing serious business, you have to also work on the quality of the calls. Okay? And for that, you have to have a positive mentality, Plain and simple. If you have a positive mentality on the phone, you won't have to make so many calls in order to get sales. And that's just plain and simple. Now, how do you get a positive mentality? You have to have an established way of life there, I always recommend for someone probably to wake up at like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning, go in, get some exercise, hop on the treadmill or so forth. By the way, these are habits that I still do, except I wake up a little bit later because I work late at night. I get up, I go and work out, I have some breakfast. Remember, folks, breakfast is the most important part of the day. So a lot of people who skip breakfast, they're going to up until morning time, until the afternoon, they're going to be grumpy. And that's going to reflect on, their sales calls here. Once you get done with work, you need to unwind, okay? Plain and simple. If it's and you also have to know when to disengage from your job. If your job is from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and you don't feel if you don't feel that you're going to be able to do a quality job, don't stay around for overtime, folks. Just don't. Go home, relax, disengage from the job. Don't even think about it. That way you stay refreshed, for the following day. Plain and simple, And, I know that this doesn't tie in so much with home business, but the truth is that whether you're working at home or working a regular job or working a network marketing business or so forth, you need to maintain that positive mentality, Work more on quality rather than quantity. If you have a positive mentality, that means you're going to do more business. Plain and simple. And if you do not have that positive mentality, go get it. Plain and simple. Take the advice that I've given, okay? And, because plain and simple, we all got problems in life. Things happen in life. But you have to understand that you can't let life beat you down, okay? Don't let that part of your life project upon your team. If you feel that you're projecting, and you'll know if you're projecting your negativity, then you need to disengage, go home, rest or something. Just don't let it affect your team or yourself here, okay? Plain and simple. That's all I got to say for right now. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Home Business King. You can also visit homebusinessking.com for more great advice. As always, peace and soul.